What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm King Savvy. This is Pops, and this is Snooze Alert Podcast.
Snooze Alert. Da, da, da. Yeah.
All right, what up, man? How y'all doing? What's up, Pops?
All right, what's happening?
All right. How long is too long for a couple to go without talking about moving in with one another?
Oh, wow. I would think that you would start talking about stuff like that at maybe from the way I was raised or grew up. It seemed like, those were conversations you had within a year.
Within a year. Now, isn't that kind of fast though? Because if you guys are living in let's say you guys are living in two separate apartments, right? Somebody got to drop their lease and move into the next person's space.
You said talk about it. You didn't say.
See, this nigga think he's smart.
This is true.
So
this is true. Okay.
We could have that conversation about it, and if we both in our own separate leases, then we're gonna have to either pay that out or stay in our own places.
Yeah.
For the remainder of our lease. Now, something else I would think would be, like I said, how well have I gotten to know this person?
Okay. If you've been messing with her, it's you know what I'm saying?
Say we've been, because man, people are so different nowadays, man.
Every old
For
nigga
real,
feel like this. I don't know why.
There's still people I know that have been dating for over 20 years.
And what? They don't live together?
See, that's not
They're
new.
still
Then.
boyfriend and girlfriend.
But I see what he getting at.
But they live together.
Yeah, but can you just be somebody's girlfriend and boyfriend for 20 years?
No, not at all. I think that's bull. I think that's bull crap. See, okay, and that leads me to this point that I made. I was on the phone the other day and I brought this up. I said, I feel like people should be, if y'all gonna move in with each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you really wanted to work, shouldn't you wait until y'all considering getting married to think about that? Because once you move in with a person, you
playing house,
right? You playing house, right? So what if y'all was to go out and get a place together rather than moving into, let's say she want to move into my apartment, right? Or I wanted to move into hers, because now you're invading their space instead of finding that space with one another. Mm-hmm. Where y'all can go ahead and create the boundary when you have the house, y'all can create the boundary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think people should live together unless they are having those types of conversations. Like, we're working towards us actually being married and being real.
Because people start they want to start doing that stuff so fast. Because they want to be around the person so much, not necessarily you can assume that they want to move towards getting married and things of that nature, but you don't know yet.
No assumptions.
Yeah, assumptions making ass.
Yeah, you're not supposed to assume that. You have to have that actual conversation. You can't just guess.
Yeah, but people just be moving in with each other like that, Pops. Like, oh, I'm gonna move in with you because I like you a lot and I don't like my current situation over here, so I just want to be around you all the time.
We had that arrangement where, we had the conversation where, we both in these leases. Mm-hmm. We've had the conversation of us, let's move together.
Yeah.
Now, that's something that's going to save us both money, which is something that we probably would talk about prior to us moving in. Let's do it for this reason. On top of this, will give us a chance to see how we really feel about one another.
Oh, yeah,
because if you
get to learn the person differently. I know that you get to learn the person differently, which is why the marriage part is is questionable. But if y'all been dating for a long time, I'm sure y'all spend Y'all spending like, you know, extended time at each other's places.
You're
you know what I'm
already
saying?
spending the night.
Yeah, people
stuff
come
like
over.
that.
They probably spend like a week at your spot. You know what I mean? End up going back to their place, but they get to see how you live already. They get to see that right then and there, right?
Yeah.
So why do we have to just jump into living with each other to where, you know, we just stuck in this? What if we have a disagreement? At least you're able to go back to your apartment if you felt like you just didn't want to be around me.
So
when we live together, you got to go to the other room. You know what I mean? You still got to come home when you angry, be around this person. Yeah, so you're not married though, so you're not necessarily obligated to do these things, but you doing it because you're making a commitment to this relationship and blah, blah, blah. But you ain't even reached that point to where, you know what I mean?
Right. So it's probably safer to just stay in your own place.
It's probably safer, right?
You think?
Safer. I feel like
because then no one feels like they're obligated to stay somewhere just because
I'm on this lease.
Yeah.
How many people living with each other,
living
with
their
a whole lot of baby mamas and baby daddies acting like they ain't fucking.
They had a situation.
That's
they
how
broke
many.
up, but now they still live together.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, that's just a backwards ass situation.
Keep our old places.
You're getting tired on me, y'all.
Just keep our own places, and when we do decide to have this conversation, we are actually ready to move in with one another. Mm-hmm. Then maybe it will be right. If you don't give this is one thing that I do know is will be a problem. You have to give a person a chance to miss you.
Preach.
That's facts.
You can't just stay around somebody all day, every day, and not have your own. Everybody needs their space. Everybody needs their own time away from one another to be like, oh, coming home and it's, oh, hey, how are you doing today? How was your day? If you don't ever get to do that, then that shit get kind of boring after a minute. That's gonna be boring.
All right. Hi.
Yeah,
That's how it be.
You don't even have nothing to talk about. Because you've been right there all day. You've been there.
The whole time. You was on the phone with me while I was at work. You was doing all the... Yeah, you see, I threw a shot at you because you and Mom be on the phone with each other.
We don't be on the phone that much, though.
Yeah.
It be real quick. We both at work. Hey, honey, how's your day going? Yeah, okay, love you. See you later. What's for dinner? I don't know. We'll figure it out. You know. Yeah. And then when we get home, then it's guess what happened today, or you know. But those are things that you majority of the time you talking about that at dinner.
That's facts. All right. Oh, we had like 12-something minutes. Dang, pops, that lasted longer than I expected. But
I knew it was.
That's cool. Okay, so how do you think Mom's gonna respond?
She might say the same thing I said. Now, one thing I don't believe is that I don't see how people stay in relationships like for very long periods of time, and like that's never a conversation of us actually becoming one, living together. And I don't know how I just feel like you hold me hostage, y'all. We holding each other hostage. Because there could be somebody out there for either one of us that's ready to make that that move.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? And you just holding on to somebody just because you don't want to see them with nobody else.
I'd rather go blind, girl.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
that part.
Yeah, that's my shit. I ain't care about that song.
Yeah, well, no.
But I wouldn't rather go blind. I need my eyes.
Yeah. I don't want to have to Ray Charles it.
What the fuck is this? All right, y'all. Yeah, again, man. I'm King Savvy, and this is Pops. You know what I'm saying? And that's your snooze alert, man. Lessons.
Snooze alert. Yeah.